She said, "Let's just be friends." After 2 years together, I just looked at her and said, "Perfect." The problem was, I then treated her exactly like I treat my other friends. She found out what just friends really meant when I started dating her best friend. We'd been together for 2 years, living together for one. I honestly thought we were solid. We were talking about the future, her sister's wedding next summer, the whole thing. Then on a random Thursday, she hits me with the classic, "We need to talk." I knew exactly where this was going. She said, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. I think we should transition to being friends." Transition? That's a corporate word for a breakup. "Yeah," she said, looking uncomfortable. "You know, we get along so well, have the same friends. We'd make amazing friends, just not partners. I need to find myself, explore who I am outside of us. But I don't want to lose you completely. So, you want to break up, but keep me on the bench just in case." "When you say it like that, it sounds bad," she stammered. "I just think we're better as friends." Here's the part that killed me. She said all this while she had a bag already packed. Her friend, Marissa, was picking her up in an hour. This wasn't a conversation, it was a notification. She had it all planned out. The living situation? "Oh, we'll sort it out," she said. "There's no rush. We're adults. We're friends. We can make this work." I just sat there, letting it sink in. 2 years. Gone. And she wants to be buddies. "Okay," I said. She looked surprised. "Okay. Yeah, let's be friends. You're right. We can make this work." She actually smiled, relieved, like I had just agreed to her perfect little plan, where she gets to dump me, but keep all the perks. "Oh, thank God," she said. "I was so worried you'd hate me. See? This is why we're perfect as friends." She left that night. Her friend Marissa gave me this sad, pitying look like I was a kicked puppy. I just waved. The next morning, I did exactly what Tara asked. I treated her like a friend. And that's when she learned she had a very different definition of friendship than I did. The first text came at 7 a.m. the next morning. It was from Tara. "Hey, hope you slept okay. Could you drop off my work laptop? I forgot it in the rush." I texted back, "Sure. I'll leave it at the front desk of your office on Monday. Can't you bring it by Marissa's? I need it for the weekend." "Sorry, I've got plans," I replied. "Monday works for me." "Plans? What plans?" "Friend stuff." She didn't like that. But what could she say? We're just friends. And friends don't drop everything for each other on a dime. Real quick, if you believe in setting hard boundaries, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. You're going to want to see how this plays out. On Saturday, she tried again. "Hey, Marissa and I are going to that new brunch place. Want to come?" "Thanks, but I'm good." "Have fun." "Come on," she pushed. "We always do Saturday brunch." That was when we were dating. I typed back, "Enjoy your meal." 2 hours later, another text. "This is weird. Why are you being like this?" "Like what?" "Distant. Cold." "I'm being friendly," I replied. "It's literally what you asked for." A week later, Tara was really starting to crack. See, when she said, "Let's be friends," what she meant was, let's keep everything exactly the same, minus the romance, so I have you as a safety net. What I heard was, let's have appropriate boundaries like I do with all my other friends. She let herself into the apartment on Tuesday while I was at work. She still had her key. She did laundry, took some groceries, even showered. She left a note. "Borrowed some stuff. Hope that's cool." It wasn't. "Hey," I texted her. "Noticed you came by. I'll need the key back when you get a chance." "What? Why?" "My friends don't have keys to my place. But I still have stuff there. We can arrange times for you to get your things," I said. "Just like friends do." She was furious. She came by that evening accusing me of being petty. She couldn't believe I had the locks rekeyed. "You no longer live here," I told her calmly. Different relationship, different boundaries. The entitlement was staggering. She still expected to be on my Netflix, my Prime account, my emergency contact. Every time, I just said nope. But the real test came that weekend at our mutual friend group's game night. I showed up solo. She showed up with some dude named Connor. She announced it loudly. "Everyone, this is Connor. We met at yoga." He was clearly a prop to make me jealous. I just shook his hand, welcomed him, and then proceeded to ignore them both and have a great time. Halfway through the night, Tara cornered me. "You don't even care that I'm here with someone else." "Why would I?" I asked. "We're friends. Friends date other people. Are you jealous when your other friends go on dates?" She couldn't answer. because the only answer was admitting she wanted me to sit at home pining for her. But here's the best part. Her best friend, Marissa, had been extra friendly to me all night, laughing at my jokes, touching my arm. I wasn't trying to make anything happen. I was just being myself. The next morning, Tara texted, "What was that with you and Marissa last night?" "What was what?" "You know what? The flirting." "We were just talking," I said. "Friends talk. She's your best friend. And I'm your friend, too. It makes sense we'd all be friends." Radio silence for 3 days. 3 weeks in, and Tara's journey to find herself was hitting some serious speed bumps. The yoga guy, Connor, ghosted her after 2 dates. Turns out he wasn't interested in being a rebound. Meanwhile, I was actually enjoying being single. Then Marissa made her move. She texted me, "Hey, random, but I have an extra ticket to a comedy show Saturday. Interested?" I need to be clear. I didn't pursue Marissa. But she was fun, she was attractive, and she knew exactly what she wanted. No games. "Sure, sounds fun," I replied. "Great," she wrote back. "Fair warning though, Tara's being weird about us hanging out." Noted. "Still interested if you are." "Definitely. Pick me up at 7. As I was heading out the door for our date on Saturday, my phone exploded. It was Tara. "Are you serious right now?" "About what?" "Marissa told me you're taking her out. You can't date my best friend." "Why not?" I asked. "We're both single." "Because it's girl code. She can't date my ex." "I thought I was your friend, not your ex," I pointed out. "You know what I mean." "I really don't," I said. "Friends don't get to call dibs on who their other friends date." She called 17 times. I put my phone on silent. The date with Marissa was amazing. We laughed. We talked about everything, except Tara. Well, until the very end. "I should probably tell you," Marissa said. "Tara is losing her mind." She called me crying, saying I betrayed her. "How do you feel about that?" I asked. "Honestly," she said, "she's been a pretty crappy friend lately. Everything is about her journey. She literally told me last week that keeping you as a friend was her safety net in case she didn't find someone better." "She said that?" "Word for word." "Word for word," Marissa confirmed. "That's what made me realize you deserved better. And that maybe I wanted to shoot my shot." We kissed goodnight. Just a sweet, simple first date kiss. But somehow Tara knew. At 6 o'clock the next morning, she was pounding on my door. "Open up. I know you're in there." I opened it. She looked rough. Eyes red, hair a mess. "You kissed her," she accused. "My best friend." "I'm living my life, Tara," I said. "You're the one who ended things." I said friends. Not that you could date my friends. You said you needed to find yourself, I reminded her. "I'm letting you do that. While I move on. With Marissa. She's single. I'm single. We like each other. That's how this works." She tried to push past me into the apartment. I blocked her. "You don't live here anymore." "You're being cruel," she yelled. "I'm maintaining boundaries," I corrected her. "There's a difference." A month after the Let's Be Friends speech, Tara's plan had backfired spectacularly. Marissa and I were officially dating. And Tara was spiraling. She tried to sabotage things by sending Marissa old screenshots of our texts, love notes, even old photos of us. Marissa just showed me everything and laughed. "This is just showing me how patient you must have been with her," she said. Then came the nuclear option. "A text at 2 a.m., we need to talk." "I'm late." "Late for what?" "You know what I mean." "I'm pregnant." "Congratulations," I replied. "Who's the father?" "Are you serious?" "You." "Interesting," I typed. "Considering we haven't slept together in 2 months. And you've been with at least 2 other guys since then. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just doing the math. If you think it's mine, we'll handle it properly." Paternity test. Radio silence. The next day she texted. False alarm. "Got my period." Convenient. The final straw for her was when she found out Marissa and I were planning a weekend trip to the same beach town we'd gone to for our anniversary. She sent me a novel-length text about how I was disrespecting our memories. "It's a public beach, Tara," I replied. "You don't own it." That's when she made her biggest mistake. She showed up at Marissa's job and caused a huge scene. Security had to escort her out. Marissa called me shaken. "She's lost it." She screamed that I stole her life. The restraining order was the wake-up call Tara finally needed. That, and getting fired from her job for missing so many days during her meltdowns. Last I heard, she moved back in with her parents and is in court-mandated therapy. Before I blocked her for good, she sent one last email. It was a masterpiece of delusion. I hope you're happy, it read. You got everything you wanted. You turned my best friend against me and ruined my life, all because you couldn't handle being just friends. I tried to let you down easy, but you had to be vindictive. Congratulations. You won. I never replied. She still sees herself as the victim. The truth is, I never planned any of it. When she said, let's be friends, I took her at her word. The fact she couldn't handle that says everything. She wanted a boyfriend's loyalty with a friend's label. She wanted me on the back burner, waiting for her. When I refused to play that part, her whole world fell apart. All I did was exactly what she asked. And it turns out, for someone like her, that was the cruelest thing I could have done. So, what do you think? Was this guy just being petty, or was he giving his ex exactly what she asked for? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more of the best stories from Reddit.